So it is Thursday night, and that means that we are here to do another Spitball, and it's been a few weeks since we've done a Spitball. Hey, Ben, how are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you?
I was all right until a few moments ago, and I've got the biggest fucking leg cramp ever. So this is going to be an interesting, interesting recording. Watch my facial
You know how you
expression.
fix a you know how you fix a leg cramp?
Other than drinking.
Well, yeah, that is a big one. But if you've got a hammer, take a hammer and smash it into your hand. Let me tell you, after that, you won't be thinking about that leg cramp.
Awful, awful.
That's a dad joke.
Yep.
That's a dad joke.
All right, so I'm just going to sit back here for now with my leg out.
Out.
Spitball. You want to go first?
Yeah, right. That's
If you're new to the Spitball segment, because we're doing this over Zoom, we haven't got actual spitballs like we normally would on video in the same room.
but this is a sticker. This was a sticker, so it's a bit sticky.
Let's have a look.
So hopefully it will hold.
It won't.
When I toss it at something. Okay, that hit my fancy E1 Blu-ray of 1917.
1917. Wow.
Yeah, from last year.
Yep.
I think it was. I don't know if it was my top film from last year, but it was up there. It was definitely in my top 10.
It's a bloody ripper.
Directed by I can't think of that guy's name now.
Sam Mendes.
Sam Mendes, that's right. Sam Mendes. The theatre director from the UK.
Yep.
And it was written by a woman who I like a lot, whose name I also can't remember.
I can't help you on that one.
She's really good. She's written the new Edgar Wright movie Last Night in Soho, which was supposed to be coming out this year, but has been pushed back to next year with Anna Taylor-Joy. Christy Wilson Cairns.
There you go.
Okay. All about these two World War I soldiers trying to deliver a message and save the life of stop an attack, a failed attack.
And the gimmick, for lack of better word, is that it is one continuous sort of shot, if you will.
Shot.
Yeah. Not one.
Yeah,
take.
It's not in real time, but it's like it's pretty close to it.
I love it. I took
8 hours or 6 hours.
I went with Keith to the premiere of this one, and it just blew our minds. Like, it's a real theatrical experience. Do you know the only thing that bothered me, because I think it's an almost perfect film, but when they cross from nighttime to daytime, they do it with him falling unconscious in a stairwell, and it just felt like it felt like a lazy tactic to progress the story to day.
Yeah, right.
But
that's all right. Hang on. I'm just messaging Christy Wilson Cairns that on Instagram. She didn't reply to it. She hasn't replied to any of my other comments on anything, but maybe she'll reply to this one about what's up with the lazy stairwell action, Christy.
That's right. She might respond to that. It's when you say stuff like "What's up with the lazy boob action?"
What are you wearing? doesn't like that one.
No.
Especially because it's on an Instagram post where I can clearly see what she's wearing, like a jumper and jeans.
Right now, damn it!
Rocket science. Usually what I like to do with anyone who I message who lives in the UK, all I do is make Get Smart references because they never got the show, so they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I was gonna say we may as well just rename our show Blokes World.
Yeah. Ben gets cancelled. The show.
All right, I'm gonna throw mine. Should I blow on it? It's not wet. Like
it's for luck.
Summer Rental
with John Candy,
legendary John Candy. Was that directed by? Aykroyd? No, that was The Great Outdoors.
I always get those two mixed up.
Was it? I think it's a Carl Reiner film.
Oh, is it now?
I think so. Fact check.
I don't think I've ever. I actually don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh,
because
would love
I always think it's The Great Outdoors.
It is vintage John Candy. Like, it is prime John Candy. He's on fire. Like, just imagine. I mean, they're very similar films because they're both vacation movies. But I mean, just imagine John Candy in a beachside resort environment. You can imagine him on the hot sand carrying all the eskies and the umbrellas.
That's on the post. That's on the poster, right?
It is on the poster. That's why I thought of it, and it's like, but that
Yeah.
that image is in the movie as well.
Right.
And he's
I just imagine him, in that scene where in The Simpsons where Homer's stuck in the lift with Mindy, and to himself he's like, think on sexy thoughts, think on sexy thoughts, and it's Barney in a bikini singing the I Dream of Jeannie theme song. And that's what I imagine John Candy is doing in that film. He's just in a bikini through the whole film.
Oh man, I was thinking about Carl Reiner the other day. I love his movies, particularly
It's Rob Reiner though.
Sorry,
it's Rob though, not Carl.
No, Carl Reiner I think did Summer Rental.
Oh, Carl Reiner did.
I think so. Do you want to look it up? You've got the. We've both got computers, but you're the one that's one click away from IMDb.
Summer Rental, John Candy, Richard Crenna. You're right, Carl Reiner. What do you know?
It's a good one.
I always thought he was just in movies. I didn't know that he made them.
He's directed some of the greats. Go look him up.
He did The Jerk.
The Jerk. Yeah. He did Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. All of Me. What was
I love Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid.
It
was a case of the girl with the really big tits. It's a great line.
I love it. Do you remember the trailer for Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid? It had Steve Martin doing the narration. He goes, starring the greatest actor of them all.
He's directed 21 films, including Fatal Instinct.
I was about to say Fatal Instinct was his last one, I think.
And The Man with Two Brains, what a classic.
That was the one I was thinking of. That and Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid are a great double feature.
And didn't you talk about this a couple of weeks ago? Oh God.
Yep.
With written by Larry Gelbart, Jesus, with John Denver and George Burns, who in my head it's always been John Ritter and George Burns in that film.
Because I always considered like Mel Brooks and Carl Reiner were obviously, the 1,000-year-old man. They were always a comedy duo, synonymous with each other. But I always felt Carl Reiner's directorial stuff was overshadowed by Mel Brooks, who made half as many films, but they were much more iconic.
Yeah, they were much more niche films.
Yeah,
like Mel Brooks films were very much you could tell it was a Mel Brooks film. It was a very specific sense of humor, and with a specific kind of style. And Carl Reiner's films seem to be more mainstream.
Yeah, definitely. I'm reaching for a gag here, and it's not gonna play out. I used to have a hair comb right here. I was gonna do the whole. Although I've got a mustache, so I should just go like that.
You can just do it, yeah.
Anyway, Carl Reiner, I think he's a good director. I mean, not great films, but some solid work in there. A few great ones.
There's some great stuff in there, yeah.
Want to go for a second one?
Yeah, right. Hot Dog.
Is it Hot Dog the movie?
Hot Dog the movie. The skiing movie with what's his name in it? American Werewolf in London himself.
Is it McNaughton or what's his name?
Yeah. Richard Norton.
Richard Norton.
David Norton.
David Norton. There we go. I knew it was a Norton somewhere.
Yeah.
And just
Shannon Tweed. She's the only one I really remember. Shannon Tweed.
Bit of an update. The cramp is subsiding.
Okay. It's because of the hot dog.
Do you remember like that Hot Dog the movie? They did Hamburger the movie. Like there's this fast food trend of
but as a kid it always confused me. I thought one was about like Hamburger the movie is definitely about a hamburger stand.
Yes.
But Hot Dog, I thought Hot Dog was about a hot dog stand, but it's not at all. It's about skiing, and I remember being very disappointed and then very impressed.
Meatballs isn't about meatballs. Oh my God, what's going on?
Yeah. I don't know why they named them after food.
Don't you reckon Meatballs is a really weird title? Like, I love it. It feels right. But at the time, like, there's only one reference to meatballs in the whole film. And he says, like, you're such a meatball.
Yeah, like it is a...
odd title.
It
could have been summer camp.
So is Caddyshack, really, when it's only a small part of the movie takes place.
Yeah, but
Caddyshack.
But I mean...
But it's mainly about the golfers. It's not really about the caddies.
Well, no,
It's supposed to be about the caddies,
the lead
but the
character,
golfers were a lot more entertaining.
The lead character is a caddy, though, and
Well, he's not really the lead character, though, is he?
I'd say
He's
he
supposed
is.
to be.
I'd say
Like,
he
that's,
is.
in the making. I was reading that book about the making of, and they found it in the edit.
Yep.
But it was supposed to be about Danny Noonan, but they realized that Rodney Dangerfield, Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, and Ted Knight were a lot more entertaining than poor Danny Noonan. So Danny Noonan got the ass, and it just became about the golf tournament.
I mean, I don't know. I've always watched it with him in mind as the central character. I mean, those are bigger personalities, definitely, but I think like the narrative follows him a lot more.
But it's just the start. I think if you watch it, it's like really like the first. I mean, it does. You're right. It does follow him through the film, but it's mainly at the beginning.
Yeah, but
and then it kind of branches off. He's like the segue element in an anthology kind of in an anthology film. Like he's just the guy walking through while these guys are doing their bits. That's what you're really watching it for.
But but they do come back to him a lot, especially with like the restaurant scenes. And anyway, I watch Caddyshack 2 more often, so that's more important. And Jonathan Silverman is arguably the lead in that one.
Yeah, no, I think he's much more of the lead in that one because he's only got Jackie Mason to kind of, throw to. And Jackie Mason's like just this, Borscht Belt kind of old school Jewish comedian who...
Yeah, he had Robert Stack as well, like doing the rich
the Smales, the Smales part.
And Chevy Chase, awful. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what did you land on? Hot dog.
Hot dog.
What do you want to say about that?
No, I think I've said it already. Okay. Shannon tweeted it, and David Norton.
What are some
it's about skiing?
Let's do an episode in the next season, if you will, about food-related movies, like food-titled movies.
Food-titled movies. We've talked a lot about them so far. And fast food with Jim Varney in it and Tracy Lords.
Damn straight, mate.
Yeah, and it had the VHS of it had like a puffy cover.
It did. I'm just off the top of my head trying to think of some more food titled.
There's
movies.
Diner.
Yeah, but that's not food.
It's a restaurant, like a restaurant.
We can do a sequel episode of places where you eat food.
Yeah,
titled movies.
That'll be the video. That'll be the following video. And the show's just about food movies.
So we have Meatballs. I don't know. This is probably a boring thing to talk about for most people.
I just can't think of any. Aside from hot dog, hamburger, sausage party.
Yeah. Okay. Cue Jeopardy music.
Dun, dun. What is? I'll take food movies for 800. Thanks, Alex.
All right, I'm just going to throw a spitball. It'll probably land on a food related movie.
If you aim for it, it definitely will.
I love that I'm trying to aim. I don't even know where it's going to land.
You can't see.
I will be honest where it lands, but I'm trying to direct it somewhere that's interesting, but whatever. Rock and Roll High School. But
rock and roll high school.
But it kind of landed in between Rock and Roll High School and Rock and Roll High School Forever. So take your pick.
Well, I've never seen Rock and Roll High School Forever, even though it does star Corey Feldman, and I should have seen it.
And your favorite? What's the principal from the first one? Mary Wood.
Mary Woronov.
Woronov. She's in part 2 as well.
Yeah, I've got it on tape. I don't have it on disc or on Blu-ray. I've only got it on tape. But I do like.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, as a kid.
Oh, as a kid, like I only knew Rock and Roll High School Forever because I used to rent it from the video store all the time, and I loved it. I thought it was the most outrageous, wacky, fun kind of thing ever. I thought Corey Feldman was very cool. If you watch it back now, he was not cool at all. And so that's the one I knew. And when maybe I was 15 or so, I went and found Rock and Roll High School, the original, and realized it's a far superior film. Like it is.
Yeah.
It is a great film, but part 2 will always hold a special place for me.
Yeah, like I don't think Corey Feldman has been cool since Goonies.
But he was in Meatballs 4, so there's a food related film.
That's right. I forgot. That's the. Hang on, is Meatballs 4 the one with the angel and the porn star?
No, that's number 3 with Patrick Dempsey. Sally Kellerman.
Jesus. Yeah.
Great movie poster, part 3. And part 3 is the direct sequel to the first one because it's Patrick Dempsey plays the kid from the first one.
Right. Good old.
Do you remember though Meatballs 2 had the alien in it and the alien's parents drop him off to summer camp?
The summer camp? Yeah.
And
it's like the summer camp version of Mac and Me.
Yeah, and you had Paul Rubens as the bus driver. That was great. Great stuff. We're back onto Meatballs, damn it.
We should just do. Why don't we just do a whole episode on Meatballs?
I would love to write another Meatballs film.
Like, you should just do it. Why not?
Well,
I mean, how much could it be to license the franchise?
Well,
like, who owns it? Ivan Reitman?
I'm still writing my Caddyshack 3 script. I've told you about that, haven't I?
Yeah, you have. Yeah. Who would you get now to star as the young whippersnapper in a Caddyshack film?
Well, it's not that kind of sequel because it's one of those sort of fanboys Detroit Rock City type of things where it's a secret Caddyshack.
Or like a group of caddies travel across country to enter into a caddy tournament.
No, it's there's one kid who is absolute, i.e. me, who loves Caddyshack 2 with a passion, and no one else does. But he suddenly discovers a secret society of Caddyshack 2 fans, and they're called Shacky Tours, right? And they road trip to Hollywood. I don't know. They must already be in America. I haven't gotten that far yet. They road trip because they discover that there is like a messiah, the head of the Shacky Tours, that is trying desperately to put the word out to bring people in like disciples, to Bethlehem, if you will. And it turns out to be Chevy Chase, who is like he's the secret Shacky Tour. He's the one that loves the movie more than anybody else. It's got "Watch Me" written all over it, mate.
That sounds great. Though I do like my idea about 4 caddies traveling across country to participate in the Caddy Golf Championship, much like in the first film.
Yes. Well, what we'll do is we'll make that like a side story in the film.
That's yeah. Like that's why 3 of the guys are like, it's a dual reason. It's a dual purpose. There's one super serious guy he wants to go to participate in the tournament and only reluctantly agrees to go for the Caddyshack 2 angle.
I will not have you ridicule my. It's actually called Caddyshack 2 Part 2.
That's an amazing title.
Do you want to throw another?
I'm all for this. I'm all for this. Start the crowdfunder. I'll give you $10.
Okay, excellent. That would be my opening title right there. $10.
That's just yeah.
Page 1, line 1, funded by Ben.
Funded by Ben. Yeah.
Do you want to?
It's like,
do you want to throw?
Thanks.
Do you want to throw a spitball, or do you want to just keep talking about Caddyshack?
I want to talk about more sequels that you're writing.
I told you I wrote an Arachnophobia sequel way back when I was like first getting into writing.
That is amazing.
Because Julian Sands' office had one of those spiders from the jungle, and it's still there. Like, he dies in the small town, but
he doesn't. He's not in the film very long.
No, but nobody can account for this spider that's in a terrarium in his office. So what I had is it's in the city, and a janitor smashes the terrarium with a broom accidentally and sweeps all of the glass into the rubbish bin. Sweeps the spider in with it. Rubbish goes into the truck. Spider is out in the world, and we have an infestation in the big city.
So if you're making a short film, everything that's there that happens, but when the garbage gets thrown into the garbage truck, it just gets squashed, and that's the end of the film.
And then it comes apart, and it's all that stringy stuff.
It's just goo. Like, oh.
But I wonder if John Goodman would come back because his character was the central character.
Yeah, as the exterminator.
Yeah, he's the only one that survived, other than Jeff Daniels. But Jeff Daniels is off making Earthquake because remember at the end of that film, like there was an earthquake.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a dumb ending.
I bought that film on Blu-ray maybe a year ago to watch with my 8-year-old niece because it was PG, and she was like, "I want to watch a horror movie, but Mum won't let me watch anything over M." And I'm like, "Well, I've got the film for you."
Bloody oath, mate. I still think it's one of the scariest films ever made.
It terrified me as a kid.
Still,
I'm glad that I was the one to show it to her against her mother's wishes.
And it's outrageously funny.
It is, but you don't really notice that as a kid.
No.
It's literally you fixated on the spiders killing people, and the humor goes right over your head.
For sure. It's been rumored that Spielberg pulled a lot of directorial strings behind that one.
Oh, in true poltergeist.
Well, it was
rumored style.
It was Frank Marshall's first film, and obviously they're kind of best mates because he's produced most of Spielberg's films. But apparently he relied on Spielberg to sort of just help him along the way.
Yeah,
which is fantastic. It's got Spielberg written all over it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one that gets a lot of knocks now, but I always had a soft spot for. I always thought it was terrifying.
Yeah, talk about practical effects that work. Like they're real spiders.
Yeah.
And the fact that they use like Avondale spiders from New Zealand means they were placid in real life and they could put them all over their actors, and it just looks absolutely petrifying.
Fuck that. You couldn't pay me enough money to be in that film.
I have lots of them around my house. I actually removed one last night.
From where? Where in the house?
Oh, in our bedroom.
Yeah, fuck that. I make deals with them. Like, okay, you stay in the corner and I'll stay on my bed and we'll be fine. But I am always paranoid that one night I'll fall asleep with my mouth open and the spider will crawl in.
I've woken up with one on my face. Fear. I've woken up with one on my face before.
Fuck that. Burn them with fire. That's fucking nightmare fuel. That is.
They're the only scary looking spider I will tolerate. I like them, but yeah, no, I get it.
We've got plenty of orb spiders and huntsmen but mainly Danny Longlegs around here.
Yeah,
pretty lucky with Danny Longlegs. Like they keep the huntsmans at bay, and the orb spiders are outside. They just fuck up every time I wake up in the morning and go out to take the dog for a walk. I have to kind of walk with I've got one of those the ball thrower stick things that you get, like it's a little plastic, and I walk around with it, waving it in front of my face to kind of break up the webs, because I hate in pitch blackness walking into a face full of web and then going, oh, what the
ninja skills. Hey Ben, tell me
ninja skills. Yeah,
tell me more about this and this.
Yeah, that's one of these things.
Man, there's a promo. It's been a long time since we've talked about movies.
Have you seen that? You remember Chat Roulette? Chat Roulette used to be great, and I used to watch a lot of Chat Roulette compilations where it would be it'd be cut to like guys doing like a lot of this, and then they'd be like polishing a plate or something like that, and then you watch it, like it'd be, for the most part, it'd be them doing, like there'd be girls on the other one like just watching like disgusted, or guys like being disgusted at what was happening until they saw the joke. But then every now and then you'd get two guys doing it and they both bring up their thing that they were. It's amazing.
Have we
Chat Roulette.
Have we done your second one? Or I wonder how many people are going to get this far into the video. That's the question.
Yeah. I did. My second one was hot dog. We're up to our third one.
No, we're done. We are well done.
Yeah, done. Let's call it a Kowitzer.